Give me the argument, the best argument you know, for the power of cinema.
Welcome everybody to Peliculas with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. If not, welcome back. Peliculas with the Bros. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. This is a podcast, a show where me and my brother Ivan talk about movies. Every week we talk about a different movie. Ivan, what is the movie du jour?
Shang-Chi, the Legend of the Ten Rings.
You updated your pronunciation skills.
Shang-Chi.
I'm scared about pronouncing all these cast members in a bit, but
You just gotta get the accent in there. That's what matters.
in Mandarin, there's a lot of that vowel movement, right?
Shang? Like a
Like,
question mark in there.
"Annyeongha."
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of O's, A's, and up and
It's
down.
like you gotta be a little musical with it.
Yeah, gotta go guttural and then be able to flip to a high pitched squeal at a moment's notice.
Shang? Okay. Might be.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. No, it's not Chi, right? It's C. Shang-Chi.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shang-Chi. Anyways, yeah, Peliculas with the Rose. But anyways, before we get to that, how you doing, Ivan?
I'm good.
Week going good for you?
Yeah.
We're on a Wednesday. We're back to our regular schedule. I'm living a more normal life now than ever. Got that 9 to 5 down pat. 6 to 8, waking up with a nice cup of coffee. 8 to 9, doing a nice workout.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say 5:30 to 9 to 10:30 is dinner and TV. Can't say that I'm too happy about the TV
Jeez.
options.
Oh.
But we'll get to that in a bit.
Okay. Sounds
Mar-
depressing right there.
that's the married life, Ivan.
Yeah.
I don't like saying that. I take that back. That's not the married life. I don't want to be the what is it? Using the same adage all the time.
That's the happy life.
That's the
way-
life of Adrian Eufracio. And no one can take that because I don't know any other Adrian Eufracio that has his podcast with his
'Cause
little brother.
When you think about it, what's better? Like, what could be better than having your place, getting to do what you want to do?
Yeah.
Like, I guess, like, maybe you would want to do it like movies or whatever, like something over there. But that's like that's a career thing, not like a life thing.
Oh, yeah. But I guess I'm not really talking. Yeah, that's
I'm just
true.
saying, like, for
Yes.
people who say, like, oh, this guy's life is depressing.
Yeah,
Not that anyone would, but
true. Yeah, I was also thinking about that when I was like, I don't want to watch this show. Like, I'd rather be doing something else. But then I was like, that's something else is just watching a different show.
yeah. You just got to figure out how to enjoy whatever,
Yes.
literally.
Which is a skill in itself.
Yeah.
It's like half glass half full type of thing. I'll get there one day.
I'm already there.
Nice. How's it feel? You're enlightened now.
Feel like the Buddha.
The what?
The Buddha.
The Buddha.
The Buddha.
Buddha. You're doing it too good. Nice. Okay.
The Buddha.
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 The more I say it, the lighter you go.
Buddha.
You're gonna go. You're gonna float into ethereal infinity.
Buddha.
Shang-Chi. No, sorry. Shang.
I feel like
Si.
it's a like a chi. Chi.
I heard a thi.
Now that you're making up,
Shang-Chi.
you went. That's like a whole different word now.
It might. Who is to say, especially us, how to pronounce sh in
I think it's
Mandarin?
Shang-Chi. She.
I say it's thi.
She.
Like
She.
I can't see.
C.
I go see.
It's like a mix of C.
Remove the ch and you got it.
I said and sh.
Mine's and C. C.
C. Nah. You're
Yeah.
dumb.
That's debatable.
Too far.
Let's go full American. Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
Yeah.
Movie comes out 2021, directed by. I'll give a shout out to the director later. He's a somewhat newcomer, but we'll get into that. The latest in the Marvel superhero cinematic universe, Ivan. The premise of this movie, we're introduced to Shang-Chi.
We can just say Shang.
To Shang.
Shang.
We're introduced to Shang, who is basically martial arts ninja. No, I shouldn't say ninja because that's Japanese. Martial arts expert,
Yeah.
trained assassin,
Yeah.
who is running away from his father in a pursuit for a simpler life. But like all great stories, all great hero tragedies, if you want to call them, you always have to come back to your initial problem to truly overcome it. And we'll get into the real problems that Shang is dealing with in this movie. With the cast of here we go. Ready?
Go.
Simu Liu,
Racist.
okay, as Shang-Chi. Now I sound like a
Shang-Chi.
pronouncer of a Capcom versus Marvel game.
Shang-Chi.
As so we have sorry if I utterly denounce these names.
It's the attempt.
But I'm attempting,
that
right?
matters.
Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. Awkwafina, that's the easy one, as Katie. All right, here we go. Minger Zhang as Zuling.
Ooh.
Is that XU? How would you go with that?
Zoo?
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 Why Zoo?
Like
Why? I mean, why Z?
Zoo? Zoo?
Zoo. Sorry, I tried to spit at you for here. All right. Fala Chen as Ying Li.
Sure.
Ben Kingsley as Trevor Slattery.
You said that well.
What's going on here? Tony Leung or Long as Zhu Wenwu. He's basically the father of Shang-Chi. That's the cast, to name a few. But let's get into the movie, Ivan. This movie has been somewhat in the making for a long time, but the actual character of Shang-Chi was created in 1973. It debuted in a Marvel comic called Special Marvel Edition number 15. He actually didn't get his solo comic until 1983, though. In the 80s, late 80s, there was talk about making this movie with none other than Brandon Lee, the son of Bruce Lee, as the main guy. And Bruce Lee would be like the main, I guess, like where you would adopt most of your ideas from, like his type of artistry and his martial arts. That never happened, obviously. So let's fast forward to 2018, and we have Black Panther release to critical and financial acclaim, as well as Crazy Rich Asians, which has an all-Asian cast, and that also does well. This gives Disney the, I guess, the green light and the thinking that this movie could work financially.
Yeah.
So they're like, let's do it. They are obviously pushing for now. Obviously, we're in the year in 2021, and they're gonna try to make it as authentic as possible. They try to get as many people from a specific culture or racial. I want to say inclination, but you can't be like, I'm leaning towards being Asian versus I'm leaning towards being black. What is it?
Yeah.
Racial
Makeup?
makeup of the Asian persuasion. What a little slogan there. Asian persuasion. What's the Mexican version of that?
I don't know.
Like, you can't say of the Mexican persuasion. That doesn't sound as cool as Asian persuasion.
Of the bean variety.
Okay. It's not as sexy as Asian persuasion.
Well, what do you
but
want?
What about black? The blacker the berry, the sweeter the fruit. Mexicans don't have anything like that.
We don't got anything.
We do have, we don't have any Marvel. We don't even have any potential Marvel people, right? Like,
Not really.
is there
No.
anyone like Miles Morales? He's
He's like he's our representation.
the Latin, but he's barely any
I
Latin.
see
in
him
him.
more like as a black person than a Mexican person or whatever. Is he Puerto Rican?
Must be like Dominican or Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Like every iteration of him, he's always like a black kid,
Right.
not like a Mexican black kid. I guess he was a little bit in that movie.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah. But not like this guy's definitely like half black, half
Yeah.
Mexican.
No, they didn't do that. Yeah, I don't even remember. Maybe his mom had a little Latin
Twang.
flavor.
Yeah, but not enough for him like where we remember it.
A little menudo on that accent.
Just like that's it. Like, "Hey, ready for the menudo, son?" And that was like all our
I
representation.
know, right? No, that is the thing that I was thinking about after watching this movie. Is there any Mexican comic book characters?
There is for DC a little bit.
Who?
The biggest is like Blue Beetle, but he's like,
Great.
well, what do you want?
We get the Blue Beetle.
I mean, he's like a Miles Morales. Like he has the same kind of character where he's like goofy, fun, young.
But Spider-Man sounds way cooler than the Blue Beetle.
Hey, if there's a good director, there's a good movie.
That's true. Yeah, all it takes is Quentin Tarantino to look at Blue Beetle and say, "You're it, baby."
He would be like whoever directed like a Matthew Vaughn or for Blue Beetle or what's the Lego Movie brothers.
Phil Lord.
Yeah. Adam McKay.
What?
Adam McKay?
Adam McKay.
A little political.
But he's not Mexican. You need a Mexican director.
There's no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert.
Robert Rodriguez.
But he's a little too campy.
Okay.
Like, I don't want that.
Okay. Oh. Alejandro Inarritu.
Or what's his face? The Pandora's Box person.
Guillermo
Del.
Toro?
He could do it.
Blue Beetle?
Sure. Make it a little horror-y. Because he kind of has like, his powers are kind of gross. Like it's a beetle that's like in his back and it kind of make
Does it do that?
a little bit.
So he's like an animorph?
I think it's like a venom, but more bionic. Where it's like more like Iron Man mixed with Venom.
I know it's a sort of on the nose, but wouldn't Guillermo del Toro make a great Power Rangers movie? Because like the Zords and the Power and Pacific Rim and then Power Rangers has like
I don't know.
that weird lady. Which lady?
But do we need another Power Rangers movie? Like the one that came out, I think that's like the best it's gonna get.
I didn't see that. Was it good?
Well, shut up. What the heck?
I know.
It was like an action kids movie. Like there's nothing else you could have done.
I know we're digressing a lot here, but I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about George Lucas making Star Wars and how he really wanted to make a Flash Gordon movie, but he couldn't get the IP rights, and he ended up making Star Wars instead. So it's like all these people that are just remaking everything, they need to make their own so they can make their own Star Wars.
Isn't like some famous person directing a Flash Gordon?
Taika Waititi.
Up. That's it.
But even him, like,
Yeah, it's
stop doing Thor, stop doing Flash Gordon, do your New Zealand superhero movie or mythological story and start making real bank. That's why I'm not gonna do Mad Men X-Men. I'm gonna do Mad Men Mexican Men, and it'll be my own thing.
Just like
and then I don't have to pay Marvel, or Marvel doesn't have to hire me to make them $1 billion. I'll make my own IP. Stealing Mr. Weiner's etymology.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know, like how carrots have like different little variations?
Like the orange, like the vegetable carrot?
No, yeah, that, but it's also like the family, the genotype, like what's it? There's carrots, parsnips, rutabagas. They're all like the same thing, right? Like the same mama, but different daddies.
All right.
Weiner or Wiener is my mama. I'm just gonna have a different daddy.
This is like the worst metaphor I've ever heard.
Hey, but you know what I'm going. That's the point.
I guess.
I explained it enough for you to understand where I was going.
Oh, no.
Back to Shang-Chi. Disney's like, we got to hire Asian people, Asian descent for this movie. In the writing and the directing. So they hire a Chinese-American writer named David Callahan. He's done a bunch of different movies. Wonder Woman 84. Godzilla, and he's doing the sequel to the Spider-Verse. So he's writing those. And then they hired Japanese-American director Destin Daniel Cretton. He's an SDSU alum, Ivan.
Wow.
His best movie critically, from what I've gathered, is Short Term 12. I think I've seen like the first hour of that. But recently he's done Just Mercy with our boy Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
No, but I know it.
But I guess it wasn't that good of a movie from what I've heard. So it's an interesting choice here because like the director is more known for his dramas, and we have this action drama.
He's the only Asian director they could possibly find that was like good enough.
Right.
Like who else?
I mean, there's a bunch, but because that was sort of race. No, he was tied to an earlier version of this film, but no, there has to be. Okay, here we go.
I know there's like a woman Asian director.
She's doing Eternals.
Should have just reused her.
There's a bunch of Asian directors. What are you talking about? There's a guy that made Crazy Rich Asians, first of all.
Okay. Okay, go.
I'm trying to think of more. Help me out. There's Asian directors, right? There's the guy that made Parasite. The Korean director.
Oh, I don't know. But I don't know if he would have done it.
He wouldn't have done it, but he he makes good movies.
But we're trying to find directors that would do it, not like.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, I thought you meant like there's no Asian directors, period. And then I was like, no, there is.
You racist.
There is a lot.
You racist.
We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll talk about this movie rather than just the people playing and making the movie. Wanted to say this before I forget. The cinematographer for this film, Bill Pope. I know that name doesn't ring any bells, but he's done the Matrix movies. He's done a bunch of Edgar Wright's movies. But what's important for us is that he did a little movie called Dark Man, which was his first cinematography job.
Wow.
Isn't it crazy?
You have to work so long to get anywhere.
He did that. Then he did like Army of Darkness. Some of Sam Raimi's films. I think he did like Spider-Man or something. And then he does like a bunch of other ones. Now he's in Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi. Isn't that crazy?
It's kind of cool because they like really looked at everyone who's making this and saw that he has like history in comics or history like with that.
Yeah.
So they're like, this is a bonus. We should get him. Yeah.
It's also crazy that how, like, the fact that we watched Dark Man is a feat in itself. Like, who has newly watched Dark Man?
And then watch Shang-Chi.
Right.
It's a very tiny demographic.
Yes. Like, who can talk about Dark Man in a way that they first saw it recently?
Wow.
In the past, like, 2 years.
Wow.
It's only, like, 10 people, probably.
Ever.
And I gave that movie, like, I remember I gave it a high grade, and you're like, why is that movie so high on your grade scale?
It's campy. Because it's campy.
Here he goes. He's copying me again. He's doing the typical Adrian accent.
I'm done.
He's done. That's quick. Okay. Ivan, what were your feelings going into this movie?
I hated it.
Whoa.
I was like, it's gonna be good.
No.
Oh.
How about like when it was first announced?
Oh, I was
Type
like,
of feelings.
they're gonna set this up to fail, so they don't ever have to make it again.
That's so messed up.
I mean, that's kind of what they do.
No.
I mean, not often, but it's a thing.
You think Marvel would set themselves up to lose that much money? Just to prove a point, like, all right,
Nobody
let's go
wants
back
it.
to our white actors.
I think it's definitely been done before. Maybe not exactly by Marvel. Well, they had something something came out in theaters. It was like a half movie, half show, and it super bombed, and then they just destroyed it.
Oh, Black Widow?
No, like Inhumans or something.
Inhumans.
See, you don't even know. That's how bad it was. It's like it looked really ugly. Like it looked like fake Marvel movie.
Interesting.
I forgot. It's Inhumans or something like that.
Cloak and Dagger?
No, it was called Inhumans, I think.
I want to look it up. But yeah, okay. So you're thinking it's been done before. It could.
I don't know if that's what they did with that, but that bombed horribly. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
But I think Hollywood has done that before,
Uh-huh.
where they're like, we'll just make this. Well, like Ghostbusters, the female, whatever. I feel like that was kind of that.
I don't think a big corporation does something concerted like that to make themselves fail.
Maybe not consciously.
Ooh.
Maybe they're like,
it's
let's-
subconscious. It's
yeah.
Inception.
Yeah.
It's so deep in them. Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
'Cause I mean, I half mean that and half don't mean that.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think they really didn't try hard enough to make those movies good or that movie good.
Uh-huh.
But they did want it to be good. But maybe like some unconscious misogyny made them not want to try hard enough. So,
Yeah.
like that happens.
That's true. Maybe there's like the guy, the executive producer who's like, I'm okay if this movie just does okay.
Maybe
Where if it's a different film, he's like, I'm not okay if this movie sucks.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like if it was all male, you would have been like, I hope this is good.
Yeah,
But,
if Bill Murray was in it, he's like, I'm going to give it my all.
yeah. But like we can't prove that. But it's like gut feeling sort of stuff.
Gotcha.
Doesn't matter.
But that's interesting. It's an interesting take, I guess. I was thinking more so like, since it's such a obscure character,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really care at all.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the fact that I feel like a lot of what corporations are doing now is fake, as far as like trying to represent more cultures than ever before. I think it's all about like publicity and like trying to look good.
Yeah, I think that is true, but I think Disney or Marvel did it well with this movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree.
So it is. I think it's possible to have both, where you sell out and represent the culture.
Yeah,
But a lot of times it's like Black History Month. Let's all change our avatars to a black version of our, and that's obviously like not anything real,
yeah,
which is the bad one. But you can, I don't know. Like, I think a better version would be like Black History Month. Let's donate half of our income to black programs. And then that's like, all right, you don't have to be so fake, but you just give us money to people who need it.
mm-hmm.
And that's it. Everyone's happy.
Correct. I think one of the worst ones is like, this is sort of different, but when Vaughn's or any grocery store is like, would you like to donate 10 cents to this foundation?
No.
And the reason they ask is because like the more you donate, they can write it off on taxes. So it's like you're just making them even more money. And they're doing it just because of the tax write-off, not because they're helping St. Jude's.
If you don't suffer with your loss, then you're not giving.
Wait, what does that mean?
If you don't suffer with what you give, then you're not giving, is what I meant to say.
Really? No.
I think that's a thing.
What do you mean? Like, give a small example with me. Like,
give me $100 right now.
but it's different. So you mean like if I'm not personally losing something?
There's like I don't know. There's like this during Katrina or something like that. There was this tiny tribe that gave like 10 cows to America. That's like the most they could possibly give.
Uh-huh.
But I think like America's version of that would be like, I don't know, give $1 trillion to something.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that culture like really
meant it.
Yeah. And like 10 cows, like that's, I could buy that. But
how much does a cow cost? I don't think you can buy that. A cow sounds like it's worth $2,000.
It would hurt me, but I could buy 10 cows. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's,
yeah.
Like that was probably struggling for them. Like
yeah.
They need this more than us.
Yeah.
But they don't understand like how that doesn't
yeah.
do anything. I don't think any companies would ever do that where they're like, we need to give enough where it hurts just a bit.
Gotcha.
They don't really have to. Like they're rich enough where they don't have to, I guess. But
yeah,
they're also rich enough where they could really give a lot of money.
Like give enough where your net profit for the year is 0.
Jeez.
So you just basically stayed at $100 million in the bank.
That should be like the baseline. Like you don't have to go over that, but that or less, but not too less.
Yeah, it has to be like 5% of almost netting 0%.
You can't do like a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Like this, like pure charity. That should be a thing. Like this is like fake charity and then pure charity.
Ooh.
No tax write-off. I should be president or something.
That's like a company can have like a thermometer of like, or not a thermometer, but like a badge on their logo or on their whatever that says like, we're a pure write-off, pure, what is it?
Pure charity?
Pure charity company. All of our charity money.
Not written off.
Not written off. We pay straight from our bank account.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see who's the
That's
real.
like...
That's a nut up or shut up time.
Yeah, but like even that's such a good idea for like a company to have. Like that's free publicity.
Yeah.
Free. All they have to do is not pay not get $1 million in taxes off or whatever.
Well, remember that company Tom's?
Oh yeah.
Like they just became famous because they gave, for every pair of shoes they sold, they gave a pair away.
Okay.
And they probably got like a big check to do that.
Yeah.
So imagine like Nike's like, we do the same thing, but
we don't get that check.
Yeah, we don't get a check.
That would be like, ooh, Nike's better than Adidas now for sure.
Yeah, come on.
And it's so easy for them. Like they could.
I don't
probably
think so. I think
poop
they would
out-
lose a lot of money.
I mean, even like we're gonna donate 10 million, but pure charity version, and that's like the dumb people are gonna be like, "Whoa, they're suffering, they're real," even though that's like nothing to them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Interesting concept. Anyways, as the time got closer to the movie, what did you start thinking about what you were gonna get to the movie? What you were getting from the movie?
I heard good things.
I did too.
I mean, I knew I was gonna watch it for this, but like I was prepared to not. If like we weren't gonna do this, I was gonna wait.
Uh-huh.
But with the things I was hearing, like I feel like I should have watched it,
Yeah.
which I did. But you know what I mean.
I was thinking the same thing too, and I was also thinking if this is sort of like a very similar effect that Black Panther had, where when a movie's executed well and it represents a particular culture, people hype it up even more because of the type of movie it is and what it's doing for the culture. So I was like, is this movie really that good, or is it just good and it has good cultural representation?
I think
because I remember that was one of your critiques of Black Panther was like, it's good and all, but it's not the best movie ever made, like everyone
Oh yeah,
and their mama was saying.
yeah. But it's like almost kind of like a new genre of movies where it's mainstream but also shows a different culture. Because I think mainstream movies are like American culture, like generally.
Okay.
Where like you don't get anything new about the people that live there. Or if you do, it's like, I don't know, some random whatever. Like you don't see their culture. But this is like a culture of some people.
Yeah.
Like what other movies are like that?
Yeah, only movies that are set in.
But those aren't going to be mainstream movies too.
Correct.
Like I'm sure there's super good culture movies that like have come out
That we don't know.
Yeah, and just because they're not Marvel movies.
That's a good point. It's almost like the thing that like celebrities do. It's like, I have this platform and I'm going to use it for good.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's similar to what in this way where Disney's like, we have a platform, we can use it to represent more people than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
And they can afford it because they can make 10 movies every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them can be of a different ethnicity, you know?
Not Mexican.
Not Mexican.
I guess we got Coco, but that's like
I'm going to start scavenging through my comic book collection and look for some Mexican characters.
there's not nothing that would be worth making.
Yeah, at least not superheroes. There are like indie comics,
Oh yeah.
but those, it's more of like a.
They would have to like get like, I don't know, some good hero or villain that their race doesn't really matter, and then change it to like Mexican.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
that could be like anyone in a suit, like or a costume. So Iron Man, like
shut up.
no
Mexican
Iron Man, Mexican Captain America,
That's like. No.
but he's Mexican American, and he's like, I represent.
No.
Okay,
No.
who else? Spider-Man, obviously, but he's already taken.
It has to be lesser than that, like Guardians level. Like Guardians is now like an institution, but before it was like, who the
Poopy.
heck are these guys?
Yeah.
The Eternals were like that. Like I think
Who?
they changed the Eternals.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like I think all of their races were changed. So like, besides they don't have any Mexican. Oh, Salma Hayek, is she Mexican or Puerto Rican?
She's Mexican and like Middle Eastern, Lebanese, I think.
Oh.
But she's Mexican. We'll take her.
Well, I want a solo movie. I want our culture shown, but not like pretty like Coco. Coco was too cute. We need the
Mexico City.
we need the grime.
You need Tijuana.
The grime.
Yeah. We need to show. Okay. I got it. Someone on the X-Men.
Mexican Cyclops.
No, someone gritty.
Mexican
Gambit.
Wolverine.
Gambit.
Mexican Gambits. Yeah.
It's not
No,
hitting.
but he's from New Orleans.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
he?
not hitting for me. He has to say mon ami, and if he can't say mon ami,
Yeah,
then
he's
no one will like
French
him.
Mexican. Jeez.
But yeah, there has to, I sort of want to think of it now, but we're not going to be able to. Right?
Yeah.
Where'd you watch this movie?
In the theater.
Which one
AMC.
specifically?
La Jolla.
Nice. Good theater.
I don't like walking in there.
Yeah,
It's just depressing. I
it's
feel
a
like
depressing theater.
I'm in the wrong area every time I go.
Yeah, and it's quite a long walk too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like any mall walk is semi-long, but at least at a real mall, you get to see some things.
Yeah.
This one, you just see white walls and an empty courtyard of nothingness.
I hate it.
I went to watch this at Fashion Valley. A quick little short story. Went there by myself. Got there 15 minutes late. I actually was like 10 minutes early. I'm like, I have time to go get something to eat in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Look at their menu. I'm like, I want something.
Sustaining.
Yes.
They don't have anything.
Well, they have pretzel,
It's not.
but it's like
They
enough.
should have a turkey leg.
It's too much, man.
I don't care. I want that.
They should have some tacos.
I don't want tacos from them.
That's true.
Because you got to think they're like 15-year-old kids working there. Has to be something they could.
Corn dogs.
Boop, boop, boop. I mean, Taco Bell can do it. Like, they have like 15-year-olds working there.
Yeah, why? If Taco Bell can do it, what the hell was that? Anyways, I see a pretzel. I'm like, you know what? Pretzel it is. It was
Bavarian?
that or nachos. What?
Bavarian?
Bavarian. And like, can I have the pretzel, please? And they're like,
Oh.
do you want the bites or the 1.5 pounder? And I was like, the 1.5. But I didn't do the correct calculation in my head. And they're like, okay. And they ordered it, and they're like, another guy came up. He's like, so you want the big pretzel? I was like, yeah, the big pretzel. And he's like, okay. And I'm waiting there 10 minutes. We have your order, sir. Come up there. It's literally a pizza box. Big.
Wow.
That's how big the box came.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, God. Picked it up. I didn't want to open it there because I was like too embarrassed. So I took it to a corner, looked around, opened it. That thing was so
nice.
huge. The pretzel was literally this big.
Is this AMC?
Yeah.
Do they have this everywhere?
I don't know. This is
I
my
wanna
first
get-
time ever seeing this.
I want to get that.
So when you say sustaining, that sustained me.
Wow.
And it was like it was this thick. And I took off a piece and I was like, and it was just a piece. I only ate
funny.
half of it. So I ate 0.75 pounds of it.
That's funny. I want that.
Yeah, get it. I recommend it. Anyways, I'm sitting there, and I have this feeling in my stomach like here I am again at a Marvel movie
Mm-hmm.
where like I call myself not a nerd. I don't see myself like that, but here I am again doing it again, and it's not like I'm going to watch anything revolutionary.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I do this to myself? That's how I was like feeling in the time.
For me, I was like, I'm back at it, aren't I?
You said the same thing, but with the optimistic way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is the first Marvel movie since Endgame, technically. Like, I didn't watch Black Widow
Well, that's your loss.
in theaters. Thank God.
Uh-huh.
And then Spider-Man, not really a Marvel movie. It is, but it isn't. So this is like, it felt like the first of the new phase. And Black Widow's like
Yeah.
epilogue, not phase one. This feels like this is it, the
Yes.
start.
Yeah.
Besides Loki and all that. But this, like, it's the first thing. First.
It is. It technically is the first new step in the
Yeah,
phase 4.
technically.
Yes.
So, like, when I saw the Marvel, I was like, nice. Like,
Here you go.
Round 2.
Round 2, and it'll last me another 15 years, baby.
Yeah.
So that's how I was feeling. And then the movie starts, and I'm like, look, I was telling myself, I know it's going to start. It's going to start with the intro of Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi. Here we go.
Mm.
And I get subverted. It's actually, they introduce the big bad in the movie,
Mm.
his dad, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that. But whatever. Now we're going to meet Shang-Chi, and he's going to be like this badass. And another subversion. He's actually like this slacker,
Mhm.
runaway.
Mhm.
Like, okay. It wasn't going as I expected, but
Kept subverting you.
yeah, it'll line up, and I'm going to be able to.
I'll be right.
I'll be right one of these days. And then when he starts fighting, I'm like, oh, he can actually fight. Like the movie kept trying to subvert what the viewer was expecting.
Uh-huh.
And I enjoyed that. And I just took like a moment, step back. I was like, okay, I shouldn't be so pessimistic going in this movie. Obviously, it could be done differently, Adrian.
I was the opposite. I was like, they're gonna subvert everything. Like I didn't predict the subversions,
Uh-huh.
but I predicted that they would try to subvert
Ah, interesting. Okay.
because like they got to change it, and I
Yeah.
don't know. Like there's still some stuff where it's like even the subversions are like we've seen it.
Yes.
It's hard to explain.
I think
But-
it's also like Marvel. I don't think this is a conscious effort by just the director. I think it's more of like the Marvel heads knowing that, okay, we have to introduce another character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think moviegoers want to see another origin story as it is, you know? Like a straight up Captain America, this is how he was made. Iron Man,
Mhm.
this is how he's made. They need to try different things, you know?
Yep.
So I think it's the Marvel brass understanding that too.
It would be weird if we got this like so long ago, just because like they had giant dragons and stuff. Like
Yeah.
so far we've come from Iron Man to this.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like Iron Man was realistic,
Yes.
and now we're here. What the
Right.
heck? And what the heck? Because this guy was here like way before Iron Man existed. Like technically, because he's been ruling for 1,000 years. The dad, like the 10 rings.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
like,
gotcha.
This all was real.
Yes.
Before Iron Man.
Yes.
So it's just weird seeing like they just lived in this magical world this whole time, and it's only gonna get worse. Like worse. Like we're
Yeah,
gonna
it's,
see more.
it's only
stuff.
going to get more magical.
Eternals.
Yeah.
We've been here for 7,000 years watching them grow.
Yeah, the trailer for that actually surprised me. It gave me more. I was like, oh, okay, I sort of know what this is about now.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break and we'll talk more about this cool, interesting movie. So after deleting the pessimistic side of my brain, it's sort of an idea I've been grappling with this past week, which is like this idea of watching things and knowing what you're gonna get.
Uh-huh.
And if you know what you're gonna get, I can enjoy it as much.
Kent.
I cannot.
Okay.
And I think that is not the best way to watch things. It's like how we were talking about earlier, that you have to try to enjoy it in whatever way you can. And then it hit me that I think we've probably said this before, but it sort of hit me new, but that Marvel or superhero movies are sort of like my pulp movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess it's like the comfort food. It's the thing I can go back to and watch every time, or watch a new one and be sort of like
Entertained.
I want to watch it, you know? It's the same way like how probably in the 50s and 60s people would watch crime movies, you know? Like the noir movies.
I got you. Like you go to a restaurant. No. Like you go to the store. You can get all these ingredients for like the best dish ever. but then there's like some crisp sourdough bread
Yes.
and some very nice melty butter.
Yep.
And that's gonna be delicious.
Yep.
Like it's not gonna be anything crazy.
Yep.
But you'll be like, tasty, delicious, satisfying,
And
simple.
I should enjoy the movie, this movie that is in my comfort zone, as much as I would enjoy that bread and butter, because that's in my comfort zone too, you know? I shouldn't come to this movie and be like, why do I watch something that is generally more or less the same thing over and over again, just a different character and probably a couple nuances, right? And it also made me think about our dad, who used to watch Western movies over and over again. And I'm like, I remember looking at him like, aren't you tired of watching Western movies?
Just in front of his face. Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of this?
But it's the same way our kids are going to look at us, most likely,
Yeah.
when we watch Iron Man over and over
Jesus
again.
Christ.
Isn't that crazy?
I won't. I'll be watching cool movies.
Yeah, like Iron Man 45.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2099.
Dude, by that time, they're going to be completely CGI. Like, realistic looking people. Like, real looking, but all CGI. Because the Endgame, the final fight scene, that was all CGI.
Right.
And that looked great. Obviously hard to make. And advancements are only going to get better.
Yes.
So, like, Iron Man 45... that's going to be pure CGI easy.
Yeah. Agreed.
I've just type Iron Man 45 AI, make it.
Oh.
Wow, 7.5 out of 10.
You could even like give it like a ranking. Like, I want this movie to be a masterpiece.
That would be so gross. I want this to make me cry. And it does it. That would be scary.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, we might as well just live in VR or something.
Yeah. Good times. After watching it, Ivan, what'd you feel?
It was good. Serviceable. Cool parts. Not crazy, but like it's the first step. But I don't know. It's good.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. It was good. Well executed. Good character development. Cool action sequences. Does what it needs to do. I love the choreography in this movie, the action ones specifically. I know for superhero movies, we're used to seeing blasts and stuff like that and powers and all that. But when you have something like a martial arts film or a martial arts inspired movie, you get to do more intricate fight scenes. And I like that, you know? It has like I don't know how well versed you are in like
Jackie Chan.
Hong Kong movies. Jackie Chan, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
All those movies, but it gives me those vibes.
I forgot like there's other types of fight scenes because like we only see Captain America doing like MMA. That's like our fight scene.
He does like amateur wrestling.
Yeah. Or like just like a punch and like
Right.
or like a swing of Spider-Man throwing something, but this is like the classic action going back.
It's
like
different martial arts styles, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if there's gonna be like a superhero who does like, I'm jiu-jitsu man. I can break arms. Yeah, maybe we won't see that. Now that you put it that
The
way.
most gruesome.
Oh. Sign me up. Sign me up for that.
That's gonna
movie.
happen. Like I don't know, with probably DC.
Yeah, that's
it's
DC.
Like, just some heroes, just very gruesome with his bone crushing, and you just see like, and then the bone just popping out, blood squirting on his face. He's like smiling the whole time.
That's like Daredevil or like.
But Marvel would never do it. It'd have to be DC now,
Yeah.
like a rated R.
Well,
something.
Disney, if they're smart, they'll be like, you know what, we're gonna section off and not associate with this like sub-label that we called Marvel Black Edition, and they can do whatever they want.
I don't think it's worth it for them. Like, I mean, I guess they could, but they also want the kids. Like that's like the gold.
That's where all the money's at.
That's the gold.
Because the kids need to bring their parents,
Yeah.
and that's double the money. and the kids want the toys and all that stuff.
And it's not worth it. That's what DC like. If DC, I hope they figured that out. That like, that's
They did, but they just can't do it. You act like they're like the most dumbest people in the world.
they are
Hey guys, you know where the fun is at?
not the kids now. I mean, that's all they can do. Like, they can't beat Marvel. It's too late. They have to go in a different lane now. Which was what Batman sounds like. The Batman.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
And back to like Hong Kong movies, I think that's like a big missing patch of movies that I have not seen. I'm sure there's like hundreds of 8 out of 10s there that I'm just missing out on. So I'm gonna see if I can shove one every once a month, you know, just the classics once a month.
I won't.
What is that gonna hurt you? That's where like a lot of Tarantino's inspiration come from, you know, like Hong Kong movies from the 80s.
Tarantino distills the best of that into his movies. So if I watch one Tarantino movie, it's like I watched all the Hong Kong movies.
Do you know Tarantino is like Kanye?
Yeah.
Like when you hear a Kanye song, you're like, wow, this song's awesome. Then you find out there's a sample in it. And you're like, oh, there's a sample. And you listen to the sample, you're like, oh, interesting.
A trend, huh? Like people using everyone else's creativity to make the distilled art form. Tarantino
Kanye.
Kanye,
Isn't even distilled.
Steve Jobs.
Distilled would be like if Tarantino took one genre and like to a pure essence, but he takes he's more like a patchwork, like a quilt
makers. That's like their genre.
Yeah,
An artist genre, quilt making.
Yeah,
and
the quilt genre.
Yeah. Kanye, Quentin, Steve Jobs.
Who would be the pure essence director? Like who, or the artist?
Scorsese with his million of gay mafia movies.
That's true.
I kind of hate Scorsese these days.
Well, yeah, it's because like you look at him and like, wait, you make the same movie every time you make a movie.
They're like good, but you got to branch out, brother.
Well, he's made Wolf of Wall Street, and he made that movie that you didn't see with Adam Driver.
Wasn't that a documentary? What's the Adam Driver movie?
I think it's like, I forgot. It's Adam Driver and my boy Spider-Man, the real Spider-Man.
Toby?
No.
Andrew?
Yeah. Garfield.
I don't even know what that is.
I think it's like Temper?
I don't know.
I told you about it, but the point is like he makes these movies, but the ones that we talk about are the mobster ones because he's that good
but
at
my favorite
that.
of his is Wolf of Wall Street, and that's the one where he's like, I'm going to do something slightly different.
True.
And come on. I know you're 90 years old, literally, but do something else.
Okay. But yes, he's the pure. But who's the artist that's the pure essence artist? Like, I make this.
But.
And it's the best.
You have to give me one example in, like, any genre. It could be, like, music or something. Like, what's a rapper that's, like.
I think it's like
Benny
a rapper.
The Butcher. He's there to rap.
Oh, yeah. It's someone who's like, I guess it's not solely themselves, but it's also like someone that does something over and over.
Busta Rhymes.
No.
Griselda. I feel like all of them are like, I'm a rapper. And that's all I am.
I hope they tilt their head like that when they say it. I came here to rap. Are we going to rap or are we just going to talk? We're going to sing La 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 on this song or are we going to rap?
Rap.
Oh, that would be so bad. It's a good sketch. We're going to be like La La La, we're going to rap. Anyways. Good point. The quilt makers of our time. The character development in this movie is pretty good for a Marvel movie. It's I like to see, like I said, Shang-Chi isn't your typical I'm a badass, kick ass. He's trying to run away from his family. He has this dark history. I like how they subverted us multiple times, and it's pretty difficult to be like, I can act American, I can speak what we think fluently is Mandarin. Maybe someone who knows the language is better or whatever. Sounded right. And he can fight his butt off. Like, it looked like he knows how to do all these choreographed movements, you know? So shout out to Simu Lu. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, but shout out to him. Aquafina. Are you tired of her yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. But
Like, they got her because she's like the most famous Asian actress.
of the moment.
Yeah.
But she's really good.
I like it makes sense, but like I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with her.
She's used too often,
Yeah.
I would say.
But like,
And the issue is like, it's not only that she's used too often, but it's like she's used in the biggest movie. You know, like you want to see her in smaller role. You want to see her in indie movies before you see her as like a supporting actress in a
she
superhero
has some
movie.
like like The Farewell. I think.
Yeah,
But I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna watch that.
it's good.
I'm not watching that.
Don't, but it's good.
I believe you, but I'm not watching that.
It's okay, but it's good.
I'm not watching it.
Uh-huh.
But it's does she act in that like different, or is she
Yeah.
Aquafina?
No, she's acting,
Okay.
which is why I say watch it, because in that movie she shows why she's so good.
Okay.
Because her career is crazy in a way. Did she start as a rapper or something?
I have no idea. She kind of popped out of nowhere.
She kind of did for me too. But I feel like she's been at it for a while, and I think she started as a rapper. Then she got like a comedic vibe to her.
Yeah.
And then The Farewell came out. I was like, whoa, I guess she could act too. It's kind of
I know
crazy.
her from Crazy Rich Asians. That's when I was like, I saw her, and then I was like, who's this? Like, you don't know who Aquafina is? And I guess she's a big thing.
Her voice is so just domineering though.
Yeah.
This little pint-sized Asian girl has this like rough and tumble
Bravado.
Yeah, she has more spunk than all of the Marvel characters you've ever met.
Yeah.
But I think the actor who really carries this movie is Shang-Chi's father,
Yeah.
Zhu Wenwu.
Because
He does a lot.
he's good.
He's very good.
He's a good guy. Not literally.
Not literally. He's like so handsome. You know? Like he looks at the camera and you're like, this guy can sell.
Smoldering.
Yeah, he's like a Donald Draper.
Oh, Asian Donald Draper.
Yeah, he's the Asian Donald Draper, definitely. He's so stoic,
Mm-hmm.
you know? He just looks at the camera and doesn't say a word, doesn't smile, but slightly smirking, and you're just like, oh my God, hide the women.
He makes you believe that like he's this immortal being who could kill anyone. Because he's like that confident with himself.
Yes.
Like just how he carries himself.
And you can also believe that he was in love with his wife and that he loves his kids, even though he's a horrible father.
Mm-hmm.
He's pulling off all these things, making this character sort of sympathetic, even though he's the big bad in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you usually don't get a sympathetic big bad in a Marvel movie,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool.
We're starting to go that way. Like
They have to, right?
bad guys aren't always bad.
Actually, I don't like that.
What do you mean?
You're gonna have to have some like straight up like,
That's like
I'm Red Skull. I eat things.
I eat babies and kill them afterwards.
Yeah. You need guys like that.
But that's like when you get to Loki. Like phase 1 Loki was obviously a bad guy. Like Thanos, those kind of. But we're not gonna get it. I don't think like the one-off villains are gonna be straight villains.
Correct.
But even Thanos, he was like he wants peace or whatever. Like even if it's morally wrong.
What did it cost you?
Everything. Everything.
That's such a good meme.
But like, I wonder how they're gonna do that with like Galactus or like what's the before one that was, or Doctor Doom. I think Doctor Doom. I think he's he's well written, where he's
there's
like
stuff there, yeah.
sympathetic. But Galactus, that's like straight up world eating. He's hungry.
I'm ready to see a campy Marvel movie.
No, you're not.
Like, can you just actually? Thor is kind of that, right?
It's like the campy that's good.
Yeah, you're right. I know. I want to see the campy that's
You want to
bad.
see a bad campy?
I want to see like a Batman from the 70s.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Like they could. There's like Batman villains that like warp reality. Like there's parts where they're like they make Batman sing. Like there's a Batman episode where like the villain makes everything musical
Uh-huh.
and everyone has to sing, but it's like the same like tone kind of. So you can make it so like characters like Batman would go into campy realms, but because of their villain, because
Right.
it just depends on what story you want to tell, I guess.
Or
So it
you
doesn't have to be like Raimi kind of campy. It's like still Batman, but this villain is so campy it makes the movie
Yes.
campy.
Yes. I sort of want them to do it to maybe someone like an Ant-Man
Mm-hmm.
who's already kind of like a lesser used hero, even in the cinematic universe. And they could just be like,
There's a lot of heroes that are just straight goofballs.
yeah,
Just do it with that, I think.
yeah.
Like I don't know if Peter Quill is always a goofball, but maybe like I don't know the comics.
Peter Quill. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Star-Lord?
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's something they made up for.
The movies.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like Ghost Rider, you can't. I guess he could be campy, but he's not really. He's kind of a serious character.
Ghost Rider, man. Nicolas Cage.
When they get like a good Ghost Rider like on the screen, that's gonna be like because Ghost Rider is like one of my favorite Marvel heroes, but there's
Just
like
visually, you mean?
yeah, he's just so cool looking.
Yeah.
But like we just have the Nick Cage one. Like the first one was like super cool. Like still,
I need to watch it.
have you never? Or, like,
I
just-
have, but it's kind of like the same thing with like the original Fantastic Fours, where I'm just like, I can't remember them
Mhm.
enough. They don't even feel like Marvel movies, which is weird,
Yeah,
even though they are.
but it was a good Ghost Rider. Like the character, like how he looked, it was good,
Yeah.
and he looked like evil, but also like anti-hero.
Yes.
Like I think all that was good. Just everything else is a little too campy.
Yeah, it wasn't well executed, and it was campy because it wasn't campy by choice. That's the
Yeah.
bad camp.
Yeah. Raimi, Ghost Rider.
No.
Oh.
Well, he's doing Doctor Strange.
Why can't they reuse the director?
You think it? I feel like that might be like a horror tinged movie.
Ghost Rider?
No, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it has to be. Like I think it's like something into madness, multiverse of madness. Or something.
Yes.
And then I mean the first Doctor Strange is kind of there's horror sequences kind of.
What if Doctor Strange? We're going on a tangent. What if Doctor Strange, the new one? What if he goes to He's obviously gonna go to multiple lands, but what if he goes to so many different? Like we're gonna see like things that we would geek out over.
They can now, huh?
Yeah, because we're gonna see some crazy things in that movie.
Because Wanda plus Doctor Strange, like that's like
too much power.
yeah, that's gonna make something poop itself.
Like we're gonna see.
Plus Loki's events, plus whatever Spider-Man's events are gonna be.
Yeah.
Like the storm's coming.
What if we see like our first glimpse of the X-Men in there?
Imagine.
He's like, "What's that?" And Magneto's like, "What?" And then they go to a different like, and that's our little Easter
I'm
egg.
picturing the seam rips and you see like the classic X-Men, like
Oh,
our X-Men, you know?
which one?
The
Comic book ones?
no, the ones that we
Oh yeah, the poopy ones. I mean, they're good, but they look basic.
it would be cool if they did that to like all like they show a glimpse of those X-Men. You see Tobey Maguire, you see Ghost Rider, Nick Cage, like, you know, like all those. Blade, the old Blade. And they can do that.
Yeah.
Like even like at end credits, like, you know, I was flipping through the multiverse book that I made, and I'm seeing these dimensions.
Yes.
And it's like Ghost Rider, X-Men, Tobey Maguire. You know?
Yeah.
X-Men, Mad Men.
No, don't you give away our.
Imagine that happened. You're just like, my idea.
You see Don Draper as Cyclops, and he's
Like, Pete,
"Oh,
you're
it
fired.
wouldn't be Pete though."
You're fired, Pete.
Oh god.
Pete
Okay,
would be Nightcrawler, I think.
Pete Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
No, he'd be Toad.
Ugh.
He'd be,
I want a bigger role for Pete, though. Nightcrawler.
he needs like a top 5 role, because he's one of the
Pete.
partners.
Who would be Roger as Professor X would be funny.
Isn't he more Magneto?
Yeah, but he would play a funny Professor X, like in a wheelchair. Like, I think there's a lot of funny that could go with that.
Yeah.
Magneto would be like, what's the McCann dude? The
McCann, dude. The bald guy?
Yeah,
Oh.
the head bald guy. of McCann.
No.
What the heck? Fine Duck.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay. Shang-Chi.
Yeah, let's get back to that before we lose it. Let's take a quick break. I did want to say that Macau was pretty fun.
Who?
It's the
The dog.
it's the
bird?
city
Oh.
where Shang-Chi is Shang-Chi's sister's running the criminal
Oh yeah.
city. Was cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that little scene of like the fighting place was cool. Macau was in a like Captain America Winter Soldier that or
Oh, that was that?
yeah.
Oh. I didn't even realize.
Wait, is it Winter Soldier? No. The TV show.
Bucky and the Winter Soldier and
That one.
Captain Falcon.
It was in that.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
And then it was in something else, in an X-Men thing. I don't know. Anyways, Macau. Let's get like a little documentary about that.
Oh, like a documentary.
Yeah.
Like a David Attenborough.
Yeah.
Sorta, like going into the slums of there.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Like 10 years
Like-
ago, Wolverine passed through the
Like,
city.
Disney
And
can make so many like
I know.
stupid things for like fun.
just to fill up that Disney Plus
Yeah.
catalog.
And I would love to see documentaries on like the Stark legacy, but it's like Daddy Stark, you know?
Daddy Stark.
Yeah, Daddy Stark.
I want to be called Daddy Stark.
With Roger Sterling.
Yes,
starring.
obviously.
It's all old timey film, and he's like, when I started this company.
Forget a documentary. How about like a little 4-episode
Mad Men?
miniseries?
Everything goes back to Mad Men.
Oh, that'd be so good. Then the president's like, Don.
Dawn. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we should really stop with Mad Men because people are gonna get annoyed. Ultimately, this movie's good, right?
Yeah.
The money says it too. They're making bank in the theaters. Solely released in theaters for like 45 days, I think.
Impressive.
I think that's the way to do it. Obviously, I don't know because we don't know numbers and we're not stats people. Maybe it's better the other way. So, what do you think about the future Shang-Chi? What is his role in the next 10 Marvel
he takes
movies?
down his sister because she gets corrupted because she was raised poorly, and now she's too far gone, and he has to kill her. But at the end, he doesn't kill her. He's like, "You're my sister. I can never kill you." And then they work together finally.
Good prediction.
If that's how it goes, I'm gonna be so sad.
But I was thinking more so, I was hearing things. Well, okay, there's a stinger at the end of the movie, right?
Mhm.
We see
Beacon.
it has like it's emitting a strange signal. They were saying, who's saying it? Bruce Banner,
Campbell.
Bruce Campbell, Bruce
He
Banner,
looks so
and
old, and he's normal Bruce. That's weird, huh?
Is it weird? Yes, because
'Cause
it's
he could-
after. Yep.
He could just be Hulk Bruce,
Uh-huh.
Professor Hulk. I don't know why he would go back. So that means he's like, he can choose.
There's things going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest, like, ooh, of the whole movie.
And our girl Captain Marvel's there, unfortunately, and she's talking to him about it.
Misogynist.
So what do you think is gonna? What's
Some space entity, which is weird. Like, they're saying the rings are, like, older than America or some stupid stuff like that.
uh-huh.
I don't know. Like, who could it possibly be calling? Another dragon?
Maybe. Who knows, right? It could be anything. Did we know that it was Thanos at the end of Avengers?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how they said like the guy who started all this
I think, yeah, after Avengers 1, we saw, like, the grin. Something like that.
well, I guess this isn't Avengers 1. This is more like
think they
Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
But whose role is he filling? Is he Iron Man? Is he Thor? I
think it's not going to be like that anymore. Just like...
Good.
Because it's going to be too expensive to have an Iron Man for 10 movies for 10 years. So they're going to do, like, modules of the Avengers.
So this is a business decision,
Yeah.
not to have a leader.
Yeah.
Smart Disney.
Like, there's going to be groups like...
They're like,
New
we
Avengers, the Kid Avengers.
we gave Downey Jr. $1 billion over the past 10 years. Let's
You
not
gave
do
one
that.
man $1 billion
Let's not do that again.
for 5 hours of work.
Genius.
That's crazy how much he made. Like, ungodly.
Think of like a drug addict actor in the past 5 years, and imagine them being a billionaire 20 years from now because they recouped themselves.
That's unheard of. He's really the first who's like, I think he's like the person who's been at the lowest to like be at the highest, like eventually.
Oh, his peaks and valleys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, because like you can technically, I mean, like you can never say he was bigger than Tom Cruise though, at like
more
Tom
rich.
Cruise's peak. But yeah, more rich. Yep, could be.
But I don't know, like that. Tom Cruise is like from an era of movie stars where like the Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, they don't really exist anymore.
Correct.
Like the modern ones are Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans. Like our movie stars are Marvel stars. You know?
Yeah, like to be a movie star, you need to be in a Star Wars or in a Disney movie,
Yeah.
in a superhero action blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's go into the awards. Let's go to best scene of the movie. That's there you go, people. That's all you need to know. I think the Macau scene was really good,
Yeah.
where they go to Macau, they find his sister, and they see some battles. They see what's the other sorcerer's name? The other
Sorcerer? Oh, the other, yeah, I don't know his name.
they see Doc Strange's best friend basically,
Yeah.
and he's fighting this lizard monster guy. Who looks pretty cool and scary. Just that whole scene setup was cool. I like the bus scene. That was pretty intricate.
I like that one just because I didn't expect it to be so fighty. Like,
yeah.
where they would show like the blow by blow and
Yep.
him like jumping around like Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be that kind of movie. I was like, wow, they're actually going choreographed
Yep.
fights all the way.
I like the scene between Shang-Chi's mother and father when they first meet.
That was like, there's a movie, Hero.
Yes. I
That
want to
was
watch that again.
that was like that, where it was like that the spin, the leaves moving.
Yeah.
That's so that.
Yeah. I think you have to do that, right?
Yeah.
It's like you need to pay homage.
Yeah.
And they did it nice. And I love how like they were just like basically dancing when they were
Which
fighting.
was like those movies were all about
Yep.
the dance of kung fu.
Oh yes, the poetry
Yeah.
in the motion.
Yeah.
And obviously the dragon fight at the end. I mean, you see two dragons fight, you're gonna watch.
When they first said the dragon, I was like, I can't wait to see this dragon. I hope it's in this movie.
Uh-huh.
Like I thought it would be like some far off movie where they're like finally.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But he showed up. I was like, yes.
You know that's the part specifically in that scene where Shang-Chi's basically floating to an abyss and he's about to die as he floats down onto the lake, and then the dragon just shows up. That's like my deepest, darkest fear in my life.
That was scary. Like if I was him, I would have been like, like what do you do? Like
I know
so
that would be the scariest to see a dragon.
like imagine like giant eyes, slightly agape mouth,
Face as big as your whole body. Twice
easily
as
just
big.
sneeze you out of existence.
So scary. The ocean's a scary thing, isn't it? What's the best scene according to
I
you?
just like the bus one
The best one's good.
because it was like, ooh, fights. Finally.
Ivan, let's rate this movie. We're doing
Out
a
of 7.
7 scale.
Very ergonomic,
Very
efficient.
concise. I give it a 5.25.
Give it a 4.8.
4.8?
That's so close to 5.25. You shut your mouth.
Why can't you give it denominations of 25?
You can. I don't know why you went. I don't know why you went to 0.25.
You know, I initially wanted to give this a 6 because the 7 scale was
Jeez.
giving me weird vibes, and then I was like, no, it can't be a 6.
6 is like wow.
Exactly.
7 is like I'm a changed man, lust for life. Finally,
This is 5.25. How are you gonna get 4.8? You think Free Guy's better than
I
this?
had more fun with Free Guy, and I was more like, this is just fun. Like people loved making this. This one felt like you get the Marvel taste of corporate
Yeah.
fingers licking themselves.
I get that in Free Guy too.
Less.
I guess.
Hey, it's my score. This is personal.
Okay.
Realistically, it's like a 3, but no, just kidding.
I think it's surprisingly a good movie.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
think?
like
Would
same
you
as-
say it's a good movie or an okay movie?
it's a good movie? Like you have to say it like that. I'm like, it's a good movie.
Close your eyes. It's
It's a good movie.
a good movie.
It's like I think Black Panther's a bit better, but it's like in that category of like, it's a good movie.
Is Black Panther a better movie than Shang-Chi?
But that's also because I have like the influence of rap, and that was like rap.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
The soundtrack was better though
and-
in Black Panther.
Yeah,
Like that noise.
yeah,
That's so beautiful.
yeah.
And now when any of the Black Panther characters come out and you hear like the in any other movie, you're like, here we go, baby. About to bring some black power into this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You thought you were strong. Wait till you see some black strength.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe you let me say that on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ivan. That's it for Shang-Chi. I don't know what our next movie is, but right after this quick break, we'll get into more stuff that happened throughout this week.
Okay.
Ivan, it's time for a section we like to call
Things and such.
Anything you've been into the past week more than the week before? I don't know what I just said, but you know what I mean.
Been watching Adventure Time.
Ah.
What a classic.
Yeah.
What a master class of animation
Is it animation?
and
Masterclass?
storytelling.
There you go.
It's all like every part of it's like.
What
chef's-
makes Adventure Time Adventure Time?
I think like just like making up whatever they want to do. Like I don't know. I can't even explain some parts. But okay, there's one episode where like Princess Bubblegum, she's like known for being a scientist.
Uh-huh.
So she had like this little sandbox of little creatures, and she was just like looking at them. She got one, cut the legs off, and put it on its head, and then just let it. It was watching it do whatever, and then that scene went on for like a minute. And she got like another one, took the things off, put on a different one, and she's like had the blankest stare. And there's like no point to that at all, but just to show like how
they can do anything and make it
yeah,
work.
and it's just hilarious in its own way.
Yeah.
That was good.
I have the one that's on my head is the one where they go to like the land. Is it like where they're jiggly? Like, and then like they get bit and they all turn jiggly. And
Probably further in. I'm only
Is
5
it-
seasons in.
no, it's I think it's earlier. I don't know if it's jiggly, but like they turn into like this, like whenever they get bit, they turn into them, and they talk like with a weird voice. I don't know. It's so obscure and weird,
Yeah.
but it's still funny, and there's some like adult humor embedded,
Yeah.
which makes it funny too to
Yeah.
anyone. I mean, to adults.
Yeah.
It's not a there's very few things that are as good as Adventure Time.
Yeah.
I want to watch a lot of animated things, but I don't have the time. Like, I want to watch so many things. Like, a bunch of anime. I want to watch, like, have you heard of Jujutsu Kaisen?
Sounds familiar.
It's an anime. I want to watch that. I want to watch a lot of things, man. But I keep watching Mad Men. I'm like, I got to finish this thing for the fifth time.
Christ. Yeah. I'm just going with the flow sort of thing. I don't know. I don't care.
I'm trying to watch wrestling again.
Shut up.
I'm doing well with that.
You don't. Why do you do that to yourself?
I'm watching soccer. Premier League came back.
I guess that's good.
My team, Chelsea. We got a great player named Romeo Lukaku.
That's not a real player.
It is.
You made that up.
No, he's Belgian.
You made that.
Uh,
country up.
It's like our team was. We won the tournament that makes you the best team in the world last year. We won that,
Okay.
and then they added the player that they were missing last year. So now it's like
Best team in the universe.
it's like, oh, you like Super Saiyan 1?
Uh-huh.
How about Super Saiyan 6 on that ass?
Not 2?
Not 2. They went straight to 6.
It can't possibly be that good.
You should see him. Anyways, that's what I've been up to. Did you see the Hawkeye trailer?
Yeah. Looks cool. I'll wait.
It was different than I expected.
I haven't even watched the Disney What If.
Me neither.
I don't think I care because it's not like anything that matters.
That's true and sad.
I did care. That was like one of the shows I was like, this is the one I'm going to watch.
But you stopped
But
when you
now-
realized it didn't matter? It wasn't connected?
I mean, I always knew it was like, it wouldn't happen. But when it came out, I just was not interested. I think it's because it's cartoon.
Yeah, cartoons tend to do that.
Like, imagine all this, but like real people. That would have been sick.
Would it be?
Zombies with like Robert Downey Jr. all zombified.
I didn't know that was one of the episodes.
I think they have Ultron episodes where he gets all the stones. Like, I really like Ultron's one of my favorite villains, even though I don't like how they did it.
Yeah.
But I just like that villain, so it'd be cool to see him again, but with
I guess, I don't know. I think my interest level wouldn't peak. Actually, I think you're right. I don't know. Something about it being real makes it a little bit more real, right?
It's funny because it's like CGI, so it's also not real.
Yeah, so stupid.
Funny.
Back to Hawkeye. It is different. I thought it was gonna be more gritty, and it's a straight up Christmas movie.
It's cool.
But I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm surprisingly like, oh, I sort of love Christmas movies, so I'm ready for it.
I just hope it's like really Hawkeye stuff, because you don't really get to see him do a lot of magic with his arrows. So I want to see some like trick shots, some things where it's like this is.
I want to see like, you know how like you ever seen those videos on YouTube where people do vape tricks?
Mm-hmm.
And they do like crazy things like, what? How'd you make a dragon out of a little puff cloud that will kill you?
Yeah.
I want to see him do that, but with bows and arrows.
Yeah.
I revisit.
Show me.
I revisited Kanye and Drake on my
Change your mind finally.
on my critical meter.
Coming over to the right side. I see.
I give a Kanye an 8,
That's right.
and I give Drake a 9 on my Adrian meter. I just broke you. I love Kanye's song with West Side Gun.
That's my least favorite song.
I love that song.
I don't like his voice. Like,
Thank God. Thank God. I love it.
I don't like.
I love the beat.
I like the second half of that with when like Kanye and the other dude, I think it's Conway or whoever.
Did they go back and forth?
Yeah, like he says something Kanye. I always like that in rap. Where
Yeah.
they, like just trade. That's my favorite.
Yeah, when it's executed well, it is very fun. I was gonna say, who's that? Is it a girl singing in the beginning? Like in the beginning of that song?
No,
The Spirit of God.
it's just like some random new rapper Kanye found.
That's the thing about Kanye. He can find like those obscure talents that you're like, whose voice of an angel is this?
Yeah,
But then you listen to their albums and they're never as good.
because he knows how to use them.
God
Use.
damn you, Kanye.
Yeah,
That's the thing. That's what Kanye's good at.
yeah.
And then there was a verse on one of his songs, and this was like, I was like, this is the verse I was trying to tell Ivan, and now I forgot the
Jesus is
verse.
King?
Might have been.
Is it the one with?
It was.
J Electronica.
No. Then maybe it wasn't that.
Was it?
He just doesn't rap to my liking.
You like rap? You like
I like rap, but I also like rap with good flows in it. And I feel like his flows aren't good.
Yeah.
Because that's my favorite thing. A good rap flow. That's melodic.
You like rap? You like rap?
No, because then I would say West Side Gun. I mean, Benny the Butcher's like my favorite artist, but he's not. He's rap.
You like rap? You like rap with a side of music. Musicality. What's the word?
Okay, put it this way. My favorite hip hop artist growing up, until I learned more, was Snoop Dogg. Because I liked his melody and his rap flow. And then I liked Nelly.
What was your music like roadmap? Like when you got into music, were you bumping Al Green?
Al Green.
You know, like
Yeah. I'll tell you my favorite artist year by year. In a way. It would be like Snoop Dogg, like when he came out with Drop It Like It's Hot.
mm-hmm.
So Snoop Dogg, and then it was The Game, and then it was
But that was like the first where you're like,
yeah, I was like, The Game is my favorite artist.
okay.
That was like 2004. And then
I wasn't even alive.
your brain wasn't up. The Game, and then it was sort of a mixture of like Ludacris, The Game. It was sort of undecided, and then Lil Wayne, and then I was like, okay, Lil Wayne is the best rapper of all time. Like his flow was just like, ugh.
But you never strayed from rap until like what, your 25s?
When I was 19 to 21, I started delving into rock. I would say 17 to 20. Rock was sort of creeping in. Classic rock, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, and then some obscure rock hits. But yeah, I didn't stray away. And then R&B, like some artists, like Boys to Men. I was like, oh, that sounds good to me.
Because I'm trying to figure out like your taste in music is gonna be decided by like everything you've listened to before and what you liked before. So like all of that rap, you're not gonna like Kanye too much for not being a rapper.
Right. But I've always listened to like melodic music, like pop music or rock, like the hits. I always listen to the hits. That being said, okay, when I was 8 and 10, NSYNC was my jam. You know
That's
what
I'm asking about.
NSYNC, Britney Spears. You couldn't tell me nothing about Britney Spears. Jessica Simpson. Yeah, I was a pop guy until I was like, yeah, maybe pop isn't the best thing for my love career, or my cool.
Coolometer?
Yeah. Maybe if I say NSYNC in front of all of my friends, I would be laughed out the room.
Yeah.
So I bought Cisco, the thong song, and I regretted that. So I guess what I'm saying is my base entry was pop.
Uh-huh.
So I like poppy music. I wouldn't say I like straight up rap. Like,
but that pop formed you.
Pop for me,
And
then hit.
That's like the base.
Yes.
And then now Drake, pop, rap.
Yeah.
Both
That's why
both worlds.
That's why Drake is my favorite rapper of all time, because he makes
what you want.
Yeah.
My path was a rocky one.
Was it rocky?
ASAP. I started with like dubstep, like the grossest dubstep. Nasty.
Oh god.
No, like my iPod, like the first thing, it was like a mix of like everything that sounded nice. Like I had like Michael Jackson, I had like a bunch of random hits of like everything.
Yes.
Like kind of like I was kind of like the Kanye of the 5-year-olds.
Oh, here we go.
But I was like never into music at that time. Just like I like the sound of these mega hits.
You're like a robot.
They tickled
Sound is good.
Yeah. But I didn't have like a music personality yet.
Yep.
Then Skrillex appeared on the scene and he rocked my life.
Skrillex, you the man.
Skrillex and then like a little bit of Daft Punk. Like I was into electronic, but not like I don't know any electronic artists. I like
You were like, give me
cycled-
the most pop electronic.
like yeah.
Give me Dead Mouse.
Your NSYNC was my Skrillex.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like Eminem is where I got like into rap.
Uh-huh.
And then from there, it was like, ooh, who's this Kendrick Lamar on this Eminem album? And then I don't know when I got into Kanye, but that's when I became a man.
Yeah.
Like I could see like that base of like electronic Skrillex is kind of like where I am at with Kanye, because Kanye has like a lot of not exactly electronic, but like produced beat, different sounding music.
And that's why you don't like gritty music. That's why you don't like boom bap, like soulful music too much.
I need the production to be something.
You need some computer in it.
Yeah. I'm a little bit of a computer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saying it out loud, I think that's why I really like Uzi Vert, because I see his like pop influence.
Uh-huh.
I know he hasn't fully realized it yet.
It's been like 10 years.
I know. And that's why I like Future and Young Thug, because like they have like that almost like
They got it
Michael
down.
Jackson pop in them, but they don't.
It's funny, like I
ever
like
do that.
Future a lot, but he doesn't do anything different. Like
Yeah.
he's just very good at what he does there. But it'd be cool to see him do something. Like he had that one album where it was like 6 songs, and that felt a little different. It was like before this
Testify.
one. Something like that.
It's like a weird gray album color like green
it's
with a
somewhat-
cross.
Yeah. And that one was like, oh, he's changing. He's
He's
becoming
morphing.
Future Super Saiyan 2 or something. but he went back to what,
Well, haven't you ever heard of the Future album? I forgot what it's called.
Nope.
I think it's called. It's not Future Hendrix, is it?
I think
It's the gray one. It's his face, but in gray.
no. I know. I think only ones I've listened to are his most recent ones, and then the one with the purple smoke.
Yes.
DS2. Is that,
Yes.
that's like the only one of his that's like old that I've listened to.
Yes.
Other than that, it's like after. Is it the one where he's like standing and has the Rihanna song? Yeah, I've heard that.
This is his most
Yeah.
pop album,
Yeah,
and it's good.
but I don't want to pop. I want like something dirty.
Oh, so you want DS2?
I liked what he did on the Cross one, where it was like
Interesting.
that one felt different. Like it felt like
He was
like he was broken down.
Yeah. He wasn't trying to be a pop guy.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Interesting. But yeah, back to the original point. Kanye's an 8. It's a good album. In 10 years from now, people are gonna say that album. They're gonna say what you said, basically. This is the portrait of a man dying.
Broken man.
A broken man
The
who
Don
thinks
Draper of music.
who thinks he's this is okay. I got it. You hit me right there when you said Don Draper. This is when he marries Megan.
This album.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he's like, I finally fixed myself,
But not really.
but not really. He still needs to go to California and be on
Cry.
that Coca-Cola commercial.
Dang, that means he has something else coming.
No, because he
Kanye.
he has another album coming. Yeah,
Wow, I can't wait for that.
that's gonna be his like folk album.
Oh God.
And then Drake's is a 9. It's a 9 because
9.
yeah, it's a 9 because there's literally nothing wrong with the album.
That's what makes it wrong.
There's a couple loosies that you could throw away, but there's nothing wrong with the album, and I like a lot of the songs. So take
I mean,
that.
I like some of the songs, but it just feels so mediocre.
His
not-
mediocre's a 9.
Not bad,
It's a 9, baby.
but come on. It's like I feel like there's no song on this that's better than. Like I could find
Say it.
like any song on this, I could find a better version that he's done before.
Okay.
And for that reason, 7.
No.
Because they're all good,
9.
but he's done better before.
9.
You settle for mediocrity. You capitalist pig.
And I swim in it. I swim in it, damn it.
In the mediocrity.
Yes. Baby Keem.
That was good. Better than Certified Lover Boy.
I listened to it. I couldn't digest it the way I wanted to. It's good. I can give better analysis in a week.
It's a very good debut.
I loved the one with both songs with Kanye, with Kendrick, sorry. Especially was it Rover Brothers?
Oh.
Because, like, at the end of the song, Kendrick's like, okay, I'll go into your stupid consumerism rap. And he's like, Rover gang.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning. And it's a parody because I think Baby Keem's a parody. I think he knows he's trying to be funny. I think he's
not exactly a parody, but I think he is just trying to have fun.
Yes.
And he's not like, look at, I'm talking about rap. More like, it's just rap. Like, let's just have fun. Sort of thing. But not exactly like I'm doing commentary on the state of rap. But a little bit.
There's something there.
Yeah.
I hope in the next album he fully realizes it. Because I feel like in this one it's like a breakup album to me in a way.
There's some, it's a little sad.
And I think Kendrick's doing a straight up parody for sure in the Top of the Morning part. Because I feel like he's like, what do cool rappers say? And he's like, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of he's
Gucci
trying to be
Gucci
like
gang, Gucci gang.
Yeah.
Like, what's the least cool thing? What's the most white thing I could say?
Yes,
like a
exactly.
Rapper. Top of the morning.
Exactly. He's trying to be like a guy that doesn't know how to be cool.
Yeah.
Trying to be cool.
Disgustingly self-aware.
Yes.
That means 10 out of 10 Kendrick album coming soon.
What if he does a parody album?
It would be genius, honestly.
Already.
Like, it's so perfect. Like his career would be such a perfect, like, ooh, like the not even do like ooh,
Yeah.
but it would be the perfect top off to like this era of Kendrick. And then like the end of it would feel like the end of rap if he did that. Not literally, but like this is what rap is now. Top of the morning.
Yes. Oh, I just hit my teeth on the mic
It'd be so
I was
funny
laughing.
to see people like say this is literally a bad album,
Yes.
but then
He's like, no, he doesn't even say it. He wouldn't say it. He's like, yes, this is who I am now. He goes straight up Humpty Dance. He does a character.
yeah, I think we're gonna get something like that. Not like straight up parody, but like what J. Cole wants to do.
Yeah. With his what's his guy? What's J. Cole's?
King Edward.
Is it Edward? Yeah, Edward something.
Edward Scissorhands.
Doesn't he do something?
KOD with the purple album with like
Yeah.
it's drawn.
No, I was thinking of Kendrick in the music video for Keep It in the Family. Was it? Not Keep It in the Family.
Family Ties.
Family Ties, where he's doing like a dance. Doesn't he dance?
It's like top of the morning. And it
No.
gets more violent.
No, he doesn't. Oh yeah, he goes like that, right?
It's like
Kendrick, he's the next comedic. He's gonna do something.
that's all. Like it's just being very self-aware and not having that ego that like all these rappers have. Like even J. Cole, even though he like meditates every day under a bonsai tree, he's like the biggest ego because he thinks he's like better than everything, and that's like an ego in itself. But Kendrick's like, it's just rap. Like I've done my piece of making.
I've won a Pulitzer Prize.
Exactly. Like, what can you say now? So I'm just gonna have fun and show how dumb you guys look like.
Top of the morning, top of the morning.
Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. I just hope he. You're like,
I'm just like waiting for the album to drop on me right now.
I was kind of worried with Damn because I feel like it was good, and it was definitely like some of like if another rapper made that, it would have been like this is their best. But like I wanted to, like Kendrick was known for like these political albums.
Yeah.
This one was personal, so it felt like something was different.
Yeah.
But if he goes this route, and it feels like he is, like he's very self-aware, which is what is what really matters, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what to say anymore. I'm too excited. Well, one last thing. No, I don't want to talk about that.
Do it.
Watching the show with my beautiful wife called Clickbait. It's on Netflix. And it's my fault that I'm watching this because Netflix just does the thing where it's like they release a well-produced show with just like a stupid show, and I'm watching it.
Is it a reality show?
No, it's like a whodunit. Like a guy dies, and now we're gonna watch 8 episodes of figuring out who did it.
Sounds bad.
I don't know. Just I'm like, I know what's gonna happen, and even though I don't know, like, yeah, I did get surprised in the last episode, but I'm just like, there's better ways. There's a better way.
I just don't like whodunits, really.
Did you like Knives Out?
Mm-mm.
You like Knife Talk?
Knife Talk. How does it go? Like, what's 21's?
I think I just need to do better at watch. Like,
Mindless
it's
watching?
the same thing. I need to do better watching things and find a better way of accepting it.
Yeah, but also, I'm not going to watch anything less than a 7.8.
But that's the thing too. Like, I need to find shows that she will like. Like, I need to have a hit list of, like, this is classics. Let's watch this. Because then we don't have to watch the things that Netflix just gives us and calls it.
But all of Netflix is like 7.4 out of 10.
Yeah, that's the issue.
You gotta HBO it.
I know. I'm down.
I think all of HBO shows are like, they have that quality, even if they're not your genre.
Yes.
Like I heard White Lotus. Have you seen like?
Yeah.
I heard that one was really good.
I heard it too.
I don't really want to watch it.
Me neither.
But maybe she'll like it.
Yeah. I need to do a better job.
It's like a halfway point. Like, it's
Like,
good, but it's not really my type.
Exactly.
So you'll still get something out of it.
Yes. I just need to be a better
Husband. Confess.
What's it called? Curator.
Okay.
If I'm complaining, then curate, you little girl.
Yeah. Not up or shut up sort of thing.
All right, everyone. That's it for Peliculas with the Bros. We'll be back next week with another episode. I don't know what movie we're doing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're still watching or listening, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. We'll talk back. My name is Adrian.
My name's Doug.
Peace out.
Bye.